Hello guys, welcome back to the Kilohertz Mercedes channel. Now I hope you're all safe and well. So for this video we're featuring once again my W205 C-Class. Now you've not actually seen this on the channel for a little while, not since I actually did the full classic conversion to the front. Now if you haven't seen that video, click on the link up here where I actually go through and I'll show you exactly what I did to it to get it looking like this. Anyway, this video is going to be a how-to, so I'm going to show you exactly how to remove the wing mirror housing, replace the side indicator in the wing mirror, as well as the actual wing mirror glass. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so starting with the very basic, always ensure that you have the correct equipment for the job. In this case, plastic trim removal tools. Whatever you do, don't use metal screwdrivers when unclipping trim, as you'll almost certainly damage something. These plastic tools will help protect the trim you're working on and prevent you from damaging anything. Now first up, we're going to want to remove the outer body coloured shell to the mirror. To do this, grab one of the trim removal tools and carefully wedge it into the small gap at the front, between that and the black lower section. Now I find it easiest to start at the outer section of the mirror, which is furthest from the car, working your way along towards the car. Now there will be of course some resistance, which is normal. Once you've worked your way across the entire mirror, work your way back along and you should find that the trim is starting to become free. If you try and lift it off at this point, like so, you'll see that it's still being held on by something. Don't force it. Instead, repeat the process on the upper side and wedge the tool into the small gap again, carefully around the edge of the mirror closest to the car's window. Until the mirror shell pops off. The entire unit is only being held on by clips, so whatever you do, don't force it. Now you may find that the shell is still being held on to the cable to the indicator unit. If this is the case, simply press on the small tags to release the cable. However, most times the shell simply pops off, disconnecting the cable. With the outer shell removed, you can clearly see all the tabs which held it in place. Now you'll note that the indicator light is still held in place and remains attached. To remove this, you'll need to unscrew the two T10 Torx bits. With both screws removed, carefully prise the indicator unit from the wing mirror shell. Here on the left hand side, enough so it frees from the clip which holds it in place. Then simply lever it out so it's free. Check my separate video on dynamic and sequential indicator lights at the top of the screen. These can be fitted as a straightforward swap at this point. Next up, it's time to tackle removing the actual mirror glass. When removing this, be extra careful as the last thing you want to do is drop it, smashing it. Start by pushing the side of the mirror closest to the car forward into the mirror mechanism, and then with your other thumb push it outwards, placing your thumb through the actual shell of the mirror. The glass is held in place by this large circular clip, which requires a great deal of force to separate. And here you can see the large number of clips or tabs which held it snugly onto the circular mounting bracket. There are 3 cables which you must disconnect to free the glass from the mirror mechanism. 2 can be easily removed by hand, and the third has a larger white connector as shown here. It has a tiny tab locking it into place. To disconnect this, press the side edge of your trim removal tool against it. This squeezes the tab inwards, allowing you to separate the connector. And for a close-up look at the rear of the mirror glass, this here is the round series of tabs which holds it onto the mirror mechanism, and also the 3 power connectors. Next up, let's talk about reassembling everything back together again. Now it's not as easy as simply carrying out the entire process in reverse. There are a couple of little things which you need to be aware of to put it all back together properly. After reattaching the 3 cables, Carefully align the mirror glass into the outer shell and press firmly to ensure that it's properly attached to the circular mounting bracket. Once the glass is correctly back in place, move on to reinstalling the outer shell. This is mostly straightforward. Start with reconnecting the indicator wiring to the plug. Then there's one key area which you need to be aware of. Pay close attention to the side of the mirror which is closest to the car's window. This thin section of plastic must be very carefully tucked in behind the black plastic. Only then, with it tucked in, start working your way around the rest of the shell. Once you're happy it's 100% in position, start gently whacking it into place. So the final thing left to do is both lock and then unlock your car. This will confirm that both the indicator is working once again, as well as the folding mechanism. Congratulations, it's now job complete. Okay, so that's the end of this video. That's a pretty straightforward, simple how-to, which anyone can actually do. As long as you've got the plastic removal tools and you don't use a screwdriver, there'll be no problems at all. So if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel grow with the YouTube algorithms and all that kind of thing. And also, if you haven't done already, consider clicking on that subscribe button with the bell icon so you're notified as soon as uploading new videos and content. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, cheers.